Hi Kristen, I'm going to do a really quick tutorial just to give you the idea of how I set this up in Adobe Premiere Pro to make it as expedient as possible. And it's 3 o'clock almost because I just got finished doing my coursework for this week. So I'm getting tired and I hope I can actually do this. I'm so tired. All right. So what I do is I bring in like 5 kids and put them into one project. Makes it real easy. Uh, Here I've got Mitchell, Emma, Nyla, Rashna, Sawyer. And I've created a sequence for each one of these guys. And as you can see, like Sawyer, you're getting him. I already uploaded him to Dropbox for you. There's nothing with Sawyer except that I had to lay him down in a timeline like this. Just there's nothing but his audio, which is my audio because this is Skype audio, my audio, and his audio. And just so that they could take it to transcription and then transcription could do it and send it to Dr. Ruth and then she parsed the transcript. And I put the parsed transcript in the folder with his clips in Dropbox for you. So you would start obviously looking at the transcript. So I'm going to do one of them for you. I'm going to do Rashna. I've actually edited one of her videos already. So I'll probably keep hers and do all of her 10 to 15 videos or whatever it'll turn out to be. So what I do on this is I try to put some things into folders to make things neat. I've got all the kids' folders, clips in their own folders. Then I've got a whole folder of the produced question clips, which I've already given you. I've got a folder of different elements that I use a lot, like the background, the question template background. I meant the interview background. I only use the question template if I come across a question that I actually haven't pre-produced before. Then I've got my white background in here, and if I need a black background, I can grab that. Okay, so let's just open up Rashna. And I've already done her title here, so that's ready to go. Now Rashna has all these clips. I know that first clip is me just asking permission, so I'm going to run down here and grab the second clip, throw it on the timeline. And the first thing I want to do with her clip is, because I've checked my style guide here, which is I've also sent to you the style guide. And so you know exactly what to make the RGB colors for the font and everything. This is how you set that font up. And this is what the questions look like. This is a motion video on the top here, but when you get to the interview part, it's static video. So I have a different one for that. And on this page, you don't have to worry about this first two, laying these out, because this is when you have to create a new question. You know, how do you create a new question? That's just how to do, and I've done that already for most of them. So down here, producing the interview. The interview usually starts around 5.5 seconds in with the question at the front. So I usually put white background on video track 1, this interview template or the pre-produced clip on track 2, the Skype interview on track 3, throw in a drop shadow which you can preset, and I've already done that. And on the 4th track, I stick the name of the child and the age, state, and the innovation. So these directions here are just a little help. I don't know if you need them, but I'm just going to go through them now real quick instead of talking through them. All right, first thing I'm going to do is put her up on the 3rd track like that. And let me bring this over here. There she is. She's not positioned right, so I'm going to tentatively position her there until I see how my title fits in with her. While I'm thinking about it, I think I am going to go to my effects. Oops, saving it. I'm going to go to effects, and I've got to go to my presets. I've already done a drop shadow preset, so I can just stick it on there. And I can now start thinking about finding the question. Let's see. What do I ask her? All right, first thing you got to do is get rid of me. Just leave her just a little breathing room there, because I'm going to put a dissolve on the front of that too. So now, how did you get interested in that? I am going to roll her up there, because all I need to do is find my produce clips, and I've got my trusty how did you get interested pre-produced question here. Unfortunately, I never took the audio off, so I'm just going to bring it up to the source window here and then just drag it down just the video so I don't drag in that track. If you remember, I think I put this on track 2. Okay, so when you do this and you blow it off to render it, don't let it start on black. I don't want it to start on black. It has to start on white. So I've got it so that it comes up just about right, but it hangs on the end of it a little too long. See, a little bit too long. Maybe not that bad, but let me, yeah. So I'm going to take this out. I want it just to be there, because I'm going to back time that 10 seconds from her, where I want this. And let's say she's at 25:12. I'm going to go back to 25:2. All right, so I'm going to put that there. But if I just left it like this, it'd go over black, right? So I don't want that. And I'm going to put something under her, the interview. I'm going to go up to my elements and find my interview background. There it is. Again, I'm going to bring it into the source window so that I can just not bring it down with the audio. I'm going to bring it down just with the video. Another thing, this is very long, and this is a short clip. I only need not that many seconds of it, so let's just bring it to there. I doubt that's going to be, it's still way too long. I don't want to go over anything. All right. So here we go. Gonna put this on the second track. I'm tired. I got it on the second track. There it is. Now obviously this is the head of the shot. I gotta go in a little bit. So I have some dissolved space there. I'm gonna bring it out a little past this. So now I need my white. I've got a little white background here, because you know, if I go like this, it's going to be in black, right? I went out and I got it really tight here, but I need some white under it so I can make that little transition. Just throw a little white there. Doesn't need to be too much. And I'm ready to throw in her title. And I already made her a title. Here it is. I'm going to put that up on the 4th track. And that obviously has to be the whole length of her interview. That's how long I'm going to keep it on. I'll finesse that later. So now I've got it almost done. Oops, I chose the wrong thing. This is the title that goes at the end, not her title. But I'm going to need that anyway, so I'm going to put that over here. And I come up with that at the end. What I really need now is the title of her with her invention. So that must have been this one. So I can bring that up here. And drag it for the length of the clip. I'm not sure where I'm going out on it, but I'll just drag it this way. And here we are. Now I don't want to, oops, now I can see that, yeah, she's a little bit, I'm going to move her over to the right. But because this whole thing is picking up now instead of just this little Skype thing in the middle, the easiest thing for me to do is click on her, go to the effect controls, pull down the motion, and just position her. She's too high too. I'm going to bring her down a little bit. I do need space for closed captioning. And I'm going to bring her over to the right a little bit, like that. Maybe bring her up just a little. Okay, so now we've got her there, but we need to have a nice transition into her. So what I do is I slap a dissolve on all 3 tracks there. Makes it, and of course you have to make sure that you're really lined up and open it up a little for that. I lost my effects, so I'm going to go bring them back. Okay, there's my effects. And I'm just going to go down to video transitions and pick myself out a dissolve, make it a cross dissolve. And I'm going to put one on here. Here. And here. I'm pretty sure these are half-second dissolves right now, and I don't want half seconds. I want 1 second dissolves. So make that a 1 second. After I've done that, I basically can just go like that. Hopefully. Yeah. So she's pretty well done. So it looks a little like this. Just enough time to read it.
When I was younger, I was always really a curious child, and I always just asked questions.
Now, obviously, she's a little hot, so I've got to take her audio down. Probably 3 dB. Now she's in a little bit better range.
Curious child, and I always just asked questions, and I just think that's really cool when I thought that.
Okay, so you get the gist of that. She comes out, let's see where the end here is.
Inventions.
Okay, that's where she ends. And I'm on this track, and I don't want to hear myself. I'm going to just take myself right down there. I don't want to have any ambiance for me. And after, I'm going to let her nod, and then I'm going to bring it in. Her title, that was the top. Bring her audio in. But I got to leave this interview background on just a little bit longer. And the reason I have to do that is because I have to go into her credit. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to throw in a couple of dissolves at the end of her. Make sure it's a 1 second dissolve. And do it here. sure that's even. Okay. And now what I want to do here is go forward 10 frames to, I'm at 5029, 5030. So I just basically want to go to 51. There I am. Pull that back. So I've gone forward with that, and now I have to throw the dissolve there and make that 1 second. And I'm not quite done because I have to fade out of her, but I'm going to go to black. And I'm going to make sure I don't keep it on too long, just enough time to read it. That's about it. I'm going to bring in now my black. Go back here and look under my elements thing, and I think I've got black video right waiting for me right there. I might cut into that a little bit, go in a little bit. And I don't need all that black at the end, so I'll just do that. And so I had to keep this because I can't just cut it here because it'll be like that. And I have to make sure that it covers the dissolve I'm going to put on next. I'm going to throw a cross, dissolve right there. And then it doesn't matter. I'm out of it. Right? And just take a look at this.
Think of some good inventions.
And that works. And then I don't have to watch the whole thing, but I do think it started off pretty well. And basically, that's it. And then you go to your next one. So you just lay them out on the timeline, plain, and then put the things in. And obviously, I hope that helps. When I blow it off, I'll just do this much. Might as well blow it off. So it's one more thing I don't have to do. And I will bring this guy right back to the beginning. And if I go like that, it'll come up like that. So I'm just going to go in there. But I don't want to see anything about the... I don't want to see the lettering at all. Character generation. So I'll just go up here and I'm going to export this. And taking a little time to come up. The export settings are important. H264, definitely. I'm going to go to the Young Innovators project, to my raw clips. This is her folder, Rashna. And now I'm going to put it, I then create a folder for the final clips because she's probably going to have a bunch of them. I've done one thing out of all our clips. Just tell me the story of your invention. So this one was, how did you get interested in it? So that's exactly what I'm going to say. Rashna, never put their last name on. How did you get interested? And that's what I'll label it. And looks like this is going to be about 27 megabytes. So that's not going to be, that's kind of small. And once it starts, it goes pretty quick. Okay, then I'm going to go see. I've got her. She's on my video drive. I'm just going to check the video. Got to be real careful to check it, check everything. Young Inventors Project. And this time it looks like it's alphabetical. Her final clips. Let's see how it looks.
When I was younger, I was always really a curious child, and I always just ask questions, and I used to think that's really cool when I thought that I saw something interesting. And so I guess that's one of the reasons I joined the invention convention, so that I could put my curiosity to use and think of some good inventions.
Okay, and that's passable for a real quick job. So that's it. Thanks. And I'll be around if you need to talk to me.